Hi guys, my name is Akshay and I am a manifestation coach. All my contact info is in the description. I have a feeling that I'm really going to enjoy filming this video with you, and I hope that you will enjoy it as well. So I'm going to start by I'm going to begin by telling you a very cool story, man. Like, it's one of my favorite stories. So there was once a traveler. He was very, very intelligent, very street smart, cunning traveler. And very witty indeed. And one day what happened was he was very tired, man. He'd been walking through the woods for long hours, and it was twilight. It was evening. And he was tired and he wanted to rest somewhere. And he came across a cottage and he saw the light through the window, so he knew that somebody was in the cottage. And so what happened is, this guy went and knocked on the door, and a woman opened the door. And she was a very miserly woman. She didn't like to share, and she was very miserly, stingy. And this guy is like, hello ma'am, I would love to spend the night in your warm cottage. I am a weary traveler and I'm very, very, very tired. Will you please help me by setting me up for one night at your place? And the woman is like, she was stingy, as I said, but she knew that the traveler probably couldn't spend the night in the woods because there are wild animals and it was cold and stuff. So she let him in. So she was good to him, she was nice to him, but she said that it's all right, you can stay for the night, but don't ask me for any other favors. Don't ask me to feed you and stuff. I'm not going to do that. And he's like, no ma'am, like, I just need a place to stay for the night. And that's it. So this guy, he went in, he freshened up, he felt nice and warm and cozy in the cottage, and he lied down and tried to fall asleep, but he couldn't because he was very hungry, very, very, very hungry, famished. And his stomach was grumbling. So he knew that the woman would refuse him food because she said in the beginning, no more favors for you. You can stay and that's it. So he's like, oh, I feel hungry. What do I do now? And she's like, I had told you I have no food in the larder. There is no food in the house. She was lying. There's no food. So I had told you in the beginning that no more favors for you. Like, I cannot feed you. He's like, no, ma'am. I'm not asking you for food. I am going to make a very magical soup with a stone. And the woman was very intrigued and curious at this point. And so the traveler, from his bag, he fished out a very shiny stone, very smooth and shiny stone. And he's like, wow, I have this magical stone, ma'am, and I'm going to make soup with it. If you want, I can show you how to do it. And and she's like, yes, please, I would love to taste your stone soup. After all, I am hungry as well. And so what happened was, this guy, the lady lit a fire. He put a pot on the fire and put some water in the pot and put this really shiny, round, beautiful looking stone. He cleaned it, he washed it, and he put it in the pot, and he kept stirring mysteriously. And the woman was very curious and was looking expectantly, like, wow, like, I'm going to have stone soup. This guy must be really, like, he's a traveler and so exotic, and he's really smart. That is how he probably survives, the roads. And he was like, wow, the soup is coming. wow, I can smell the nice aroma of the soup. If only, we had a little bit of, maybe some bones, okay, so that we could make the soup even better, like we don't need meat, but like we need some bones. And the woman is like, oh, let me see, maybe I have a couple bones, and so she brought him some bones with a good amount of meat stuck to the ends. And so he put the bone in the soup, okay, and the marrow started releasing, and the aroma of a nice meaty broth was wafting throughout the place. And he was like, wow, I'm stirring the soup mysteriously, I'm making soup. And then he's like, oh, wow, the soup is almost ready. It will be ready in 10 minutes. If we had a handful of veggies to throw into the soup, it would be so nice. And she's like, oh, since we are having such exotic magical soup, let me go and find a handful of vegetables. And she brought potatoes and carrots and onions, okay, and he added that to the soup. And he's like, wow, the soup is 95% ready. If only we had a little bit of flour to thicken the soup, like just maybe a couple tablespoons. So she went and like, oh, let me see, maybe there's just a couple tablespoons left somewhere at the bottom of some drawer or something. And she brought a couple tablespoons of flour in a little cup, and he added that to the soup, okay. And he's like, wow, 99%, the soup is done, okay. If we had just a sprinkling of cheese, okay, to release the umami flavor and stuff. And he's like, the lady's like, oh, cheese, let me see. And so she brings in a little bit of cheese that he grates into the soup. And now the soup is ready. He's like, yes, done. The stone soup is magical. The magical soup is now ready. We are going to now enjoy it. And the woman laid out, like really fancy plates. And she's like, oh, since we are having this fancy soup, let's dine in style. And so she laid out some bread, some rolls of bread and butter, and also some cured meats, and like they had the soup in style, okay. And she's like, wow, you're so intelligent, man, like you made this really tasty soup. So happy that you came today and you taught me this recipe. And he's like, no problem, ma'am, I'm going to leave the soup stone for you, and you can make this soup anytime you want. So she was so happy that the next morning she fixed him breakfast. She allowed him to stay. Next morning he showered. She fixed breakfast for him and sent him on his way. And he gave her the stone as a parting gift. Okay, so and then that is how the weary traveler, spent a very good night with a good dinner, in a cottage owned by a lady next to the woods. Okay, so that's the end of that story. So what we learned from the story is that if you want to make a tasty soup, you need tasty ingredients, okay? You need good ingredients if you want to make a good soup. Some people have the exceptional talent of screwing up the soup, even if all the ingredients are good. But that was on a lighter note. It was a joke, okay. So if you want a good manifestation, you need the correct ingredients. Some people tell me, I have been manifesting my SP for 1 year. I have been manifesting my SP for 1.5 years. I have been manifesting my SP for 10 months of no contact, 12 months of no contact. I am now clinically depressed. I am anxious. I am afraid that it will never happen. I am doubtful. I feel a lot of resentment towards my SP that he left me and is ghosting me and he's talking to other girls. So I feel envy and jealousy. And really, when I say this back to them, that just now you said you are depressed, you are sad, you are anxious, you are fearful, you are doubtful, you are jealous, you are envious, you are frustrated, you are annoyed, you are exasperated, you are at your wits' end, okay? You cannot focus on anything. It's almost as if this manifestation, it's really screwing up all other aspects of your life as well, okay? So if your raw material, if your ingredients are sadness, anxiety, fear, doubt, okay, envy, if you're experiencing absence of love within you and experiencing envy, sadness, gloominess, frustration, fear, doubts, then how the hell do you expect to create love with these raw ingredients? How the hell do you make love with envy and an absence and a strong craving and longing for love? Inner reality creates outer reality. Inner reality is jealousy, envy, doubt, frustration, anger, resentment. Okay, just ignore the honking. Okay, I live in India. It's very normal to honk. Okay, so just ignore the honking. So the raw ingredients are fear, anxiety, doubt, resentment. It will never manifest. So you tell me that you're manifesting your specific person for 1 year or 10 months or 1.5 years, but for 1.5 years, all you experienced with respect to this person and in general is an absence of love. Absence. Some people, when they have a chat with me, they're like, oh, after so many days, I'm smiling and I'm laughing. They just gave up on their life. Okay. They immersed and drenched themselves in these raw ingredients of anxiety, fear, frustration, envy, jealousy, absence of love, lack of love, fear of abandonment, feeling of rejection. You cannot make a tasty soup with sticks and stones, okay? You need good ingredients. So you have to cultivate good ingredients within you, okay? You cannot manifest love from a state of not experiencing it, from a state of absence of love and anxiety and fear and doubt and frustration and envy and getting triggered and feeling jealous. That is not how manifestation works. I hope that this, for some people, I know that it went and, it touched something within you. So I hope that this video makes you think. I have a lot of videos on dealing with anxiety, on dealing with negative emotions, on manifesting a specific person and love in general. Okay, you can search my channel, and or if you need one-on-one advice, all my contact info is in the description. Okay, so I hope that this interaction was beneficial for you. If you like the video, please hit like, share, subscribe, comment, hit the notification bell, unleash the power within you, and remember that if I said it, I already did it. Thank you.